Going on, everybody? My name is Kirby Ingles, and I'm a leadership and transformation coach, a father of four, and a U.S. Army veteran down here in South Central Missouri. And today, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the roles and responsibilities in establishing the coaching relationship. And so, how should we behave? What should we do during these process and the initial meeting, right? And what kind of environment should we be setting up? Again, my name is Kirby Ingles. I'm a leadership and transformation coach, a father of four, and a U.S. Army veteran. I've been coaching for about 6 or 7 years. I've got about 23 years of leadership experience. So I've had plenty of experience in the coaching and mentoring area, not only as a mentee, but also as a mentor. And I do have mentors now. I have about 5 of them. And so there are many types of mentoring, as you may know. And then there are also the types of mentoring that I want to talk to you about are the types of mentoring that are developing into long-lasting relationships, right? And so mentors really want to support you. They want to help you develop. They want to listen to you so they can impact you and share intimately with you their personal experiences on a different level. Hey, Kevin Black, David Harris, Donald, Richard, Justin, and Jeff, thank you guys for joining me. Jeff's a pretty awesome guy. He hosted me on his podcast, The Digital Nomad. If you haven't seen that episode, you might want to get out there and check it out. I think he's still traveling the country in an RV right now, and he's probably been doing that for about a month or two now, I think it's been. So that's pretty awesome stuff, Jeff. And so what we're here doing today is we're talking about mentoring. Again, my name is Kirby Ingles. I'm a leadership transformation coach, a father of 4, and a U.S. Army veteran. And as you come in the chat, please let me know where you're watching from. And again, if you're watching the replay, use hashtag replay. And just so I know what kind of viewer you are. And so, having this understanding, this understanding of purpose and direction and, kind of where you want to go and how you want to do this, really, and understanding that mentors really want to help you, right? It is really about you. This should take the pressure off the mentee's back of having to perform for the mentor, right? We always seek to get to do our best so we can get accolades, right? But that's not what this relationship's about, right? We're not performing for the mentor. Hey, Brian, Shane, and Alan, thank you for joining me. And Brian says he's from San Diego. What a great place to be right now. It's pretty chilly and wet here in South Central Missouri. All right. And so mentors and also the mentees, you're not going to have all the answers, right? And the mentor is not there to fix the mentee, because most of the mentees, you don't need to be fixed. There's really nothing to be fixed. Now, do we need to be fine-tuned a little bit? Maybe a couple levers and buttons pushed here and there? Sure, we all do, right? That's everybody. But there's nothing that you really need to fix. You're there to serve as a guide along their journey and help them get to where they want to be. Think of the hero story, right? And in the hero story of storytelling, a person comes along and they have a challenge. They have an obstacle they must overcome, and a guide comes into their lives and helps them develop the knowledge, skills, and behaviors so they can overcome the challenges that are coming before them. Again, and so it's there's an easy way, right, to make this about the mentee. And it's really for the mentee to kind of set up, but the mentor to also guide them along this way and help them feel comfortable with where they're at. And I'm talking about the environment and the location. Now, I've said you can meet in coffee shops, you can meet in restaurants, you can meet in all kinds of different places, right? You can meet at a bus stop, you can meet in a park. But what I would suggest you do is find a quiet, safe place where you guys can let down your hair. For me, that's a little bit harder. And you can kind of feel relaxed, right? And you don't have as many distractions going on, okay? And when you can do that, and when you can find yourself in that environment, you'll begin to be more freer and open to discuss and allow words to flow, right? And they're going to flow from your heart, from your mind, and from your gut. And we call that the tango, right? And the communication process. We think logically, we feel with our heart, and our gut is our instinct, right? And you want all three of those things working like a tango or a dance of that sort. Again, mentors need to hear what you're saying, right? They need to hear what's not being said. And the hardest thing about communication is trying to hear what isn't being said, trying to read between the lines, understanding, what the body language isn't communicating and what the person's words aren't communicating. All right. And that's a challenge. And that's a level 5 listening skill, which most of us, not even some of the best coaches in the world, even get to sometimes. A lot of us are in our prime, get to a 3. The best get to a 4, and very few, the 1% get to a level 5, in my opinion. But mentors just really need to hear you, right? Hear you in your purest form, authentic, genuine, and where you are, right? So they know exactly where to help you, right? They need to hear you speak so they can listen to you carefully. And also that allows them to help process this and, while you're speaking, gain clarity about what you want or what you're trying to do. And then the wisdom will begin to come to the mentor on how they can help you along this journey as they hear you speak. Also, through that process, the mentee is also going to find direction, because they're going to talk themselves through that process. And the mentor will also understand what direction you're going, because sometimes we think we know where we want to go, but we're leading ourselves in another direction. And sometimes we're going 2 different directions in our lives, and mentors can really help narrow that down. I've done that before. I find myself in that trap, that conundrum, trying to split myself down 2 different forks, more than I would care to share, honestly. And so mentors help keep me on the straight and narrow. Mentoring is just an incredible opportunity, guys. Mentors can help you get to a profound level, right, of understanding about yourself, what you're trying to do, your goals, your ambitions, and even understand why some challenges and obstacles are extremely difficult for you. Again, as I go back to what I said yesterday and again today, mentors help you develop those knowledge, skills, and behaviors that you're missing. And you may not even see that. You may not even notice that you're missing those. And maybe there's some skills, or some, not skills, but behaviors that you don't notice that you have that are preventing you from getting there. There's behaviors that I notice in quite a few people. And maybe the person just doesn't care, right? But I think most of us that engage in a very intentional, direct mentoring relationship with somebody really do care about those knowledge, skills, and behaviors. And we want to change so we can become the best versions of ourselves. Mentors should always aim at helping the mentee accomplish their goal. It's not about the mentor. It is about the mentee. All right. And they really want to help you. And that should be their goal and their ambition. Anything else, I would challenge the mentor and mentee relationship. All right. And why the people are in it. And then when you do help a person complete their plan, you can really help an individual change their life. And not only just change their life, right? Change the lives of people around them, change the lives of their family. I mean, you think about it, right? If I touch one person, that person probably touches 3 or 4 or 5 people. And those 3 or 4 or 5 people touch 3 or 4 more or 5 people. And then it just continues to multiply and compound in such a way that you can create this impact and this legacy that spans across the globe. And you may not even met and even engage with some of these people, and they've already heard your name. They already know who you are, and they already know what you're about because of the people that you've brought into your circle and that you've poured into. The best thing the mentee can do, right, in these situations is to find that safe place, right? To find that place where they can just be their pure selves and pour themselves out, so that the way the mentor can help them. And be just true to your words. Be true Or true to your word, so they flow. Again, like I said, from the mind, the heart, and the gut. So mentors, they want to trust you, right? Trust is an important foundation to any house built upon this mentoring relationship. If you don't have a strong foundation, it's going to crack and fall under, difficult circumstances. So I talked a little bit about that yesterday. And so, hey, Drew and Roy, thank you for joining us. I appreciate that. So mentors really want to trust you, man. They don't want to fish around for what you're trying to do. So you need to be forthcoming and upfront and very honest and transparent from the very beginning. And it takes a little while to get a lot of this out, right? It's okay if it takes time to flush it out, right? They know this, right? Mentors know this, and they're going to have some patience. But if you're not ready to talk about it, then just say, you know what, I'm not ready to go there right now, maybe later. It's one of the things I do with all my coaching clients. I'm like, if you're not comfortable with a place that I'm at right now with you, then let me know that you're just not comfortable with going here right now. And then later on down the road, if you want to come back to that, when you are ready, we can have that conversation. It's your agenda as the mentee. We're here to support you. All right. And trust is built, right? There are no healthy relationships in this world without trust. Hands down, no healthy relationships. I think it was John Maxwell who said, if you don't have trust, you don't have anything, right? And he was talking about relationships. Okay. If you don't have trust, you don't have anything. If you don't have trust with your clients, if you don't have trust with your community, if you don't have anything. You don't have trust with your family. You don't have anything. Okay. And once you have that trust established, it's off to the races, guys. It is off to the races, and you're going to be in such a great position. You're going to be in a position of freedom, and you guys are going to be able to explore the topics that you want to talk about and achieve the things that you want to achieve. And the world is yours at that point. And when you are in a flow, right? When a mentor, both the mentor and the mentee get in a flow, what I've noticed is that very hard questions become very easy to ask, especially when you have trust. You don't have that anxiety about, asking questions. You don't have that second guessing. Should I ask this now? Should I ask that later? You can just be very upfront and honest and very candid about questions. And so that's one of the things that you need to do, right? Everybody wants transparency, and so just create the environment to have that transparency. That's all you need to do, and realize what you're doing this for. Realize that it's not about you. It's about the mentoring relationship. It's about the conversation and helping this person get from where they are to where they want to be. And we've been doing this for a long time, guys. All of us have. No matter what stage in life you are, we've all been mentored, and we've all mentored other people. We just don't always call it that way. And we're not always extremely intentional about it. So what I'm saying is get intentional about it, right? Help yourself out. Become the best version of yourself. Engage in the mentoring relationship or the mentoring conversation, if that's what you want to call it. Again, my name is Kirby Ingles. I'm a leadership and transformation coach, a father of 4, and a U.S. Army veteran. And this was about understanding the roles and responsibilities of the mentoring relationship. And again, if there's anything I can do for you, please let me know. The chat's open. I'll be here to answer your questions. And again, I hope you have a rich and satisfying life. Keep fighting the good fight.